Here's a question most people never actually ask themselves. Your HDB is fully paid off. No more loan. No more monthly installment eating into your salary. So that's it, right? You've won. You're financially safe. But here's the thing nobody tells you. A fully paid home doesn't actually put a single dollar into your pocket every month. Not one. It just stops taking money away. And that difference between not losing money and actually having money is exactly where a lot of retirement plans in Singapore quietly fall apart. Let's start with the scene you already know. You're in your 50s, maybe early 60s. The loan's cleared. Your parents are proud. Your friends at the kopitiam are impressed. Someone says, "Wow, you're set for life already." And you nod because it feels true. You've spent 20, 25 years paying that mortgage down. Every CPF deduction, every extra payment you got a bonus, all of it went toward this one goal. And now it's done. But retirement isn't measured in property titles. It's measured in cash flow. Can you pay for groceries this month? Can you cover your medical bills? Can you still enjoy a meal out with your family without checking your bank balance first? And this is where the uncomfortable question shows up. If your home is worth, say, $600,000 and it's fully paid, how much of that $600,000 can you actually spend next month? The answer is zero. Not because the value isn't real. It's real, but it's frozen, locked inside four walls you're living in. You can't slice off a piece of your living room and exchange it for hawker food. The value exists, but it doesn't flow. Think of it like a vault. A beautiful, solid, fully paid-for vault, except the vault is also your house. You can admire what's inside every single day. You just can't take any of it out without moving somewhere else first. That's the part that catches people off guard. Now, here's where most retirement conversations get it wrong. They treat own your home outright as the finish line, as if paying off the loan is the entire retirement strategy. But paying off your home only solves one problem: housing cost. It doesn't solve the other problem, which is where does your monthly income actually come from once your salary stops? CPF life payouts help, savings help, investments help if you have them, but your home, sitting there, fully paid, contributes nothing to that monthly number. Not directly anyway. So what is the true value of a fully paid home in retirement then? This is where it gets interesting, because the answer isn't one thing. It's actually three separate things, and almost nobody separates them clearly. The first is the most obvious one: cost avoidance. No rent, no mortgage installment. That's real money you're not spending every month, and over a 20 or 30-year retirement, that adds up to an enormous number. If renting a similar flat would cost you $2,000 a month, then your paid-off home is quietly saving you $2,000 a month, every month, as long as you live there. That's not nothing. That's actually the biggest hidden value most people never calculate properly. The second is optionality. This is the one people almost never think about until they need it. A paid-off home gives you choices later in life that a mortgaged home simply doesn't. You can downsize and unlock the difference in cash. You can rent out a room. You can join a lease buyback scheme with HDB and convert part of your flat's value into a stream of income while still living there. None of these options exist if you're still repaying a loan and the bank technically has a claim on your property. And the third is emotional stability, which sounds soft but actually has a real financial effect. Knowing you can't be evicted, knowing your housing cost is essentially fixed, that security changes how people make decisions. Retirees with a paid-off home tend to take fewer financial risks out of desperation. They don't panic sell investments during a downturn just to cover rent. That stability itself has value, even if it never shows up as a number in a bank statement. But here's where most people misunderstand the whole picture completely. A lot of Singaporeans treat their fully paid HDB as the entire retirement plan, not part of it, the whole thing. And that's the trap, because a home that you're living in cannot pay your medical bills. It cannot buy your groceries. It cannot fund a hospital stay. Unless you're willing to sell it, downsize, or use a scheme like Lease Buyback, that $600,000 might as well be $0 when your fridge is empty. This is the part nobody wants to talk about at family gatherings. Being asset rich but cash poor isn't rare in Singapore. It's actually one of the most common retirement situations here. Someone can be sitting on a fully paid, valuable property and simultaneously be counting coins to figure out if they can afford dinner at the Hawker Center this week. Both things true at the same time. So here's the shift. The real question was never, should I pay off my home before retiring? Of course you should if you can. The real question is, what happens after that? Because paying off your home is step one. It removes a monthly outflow. But retirement needs an inflow too. And that inflow has to come from somewhere else. CPF, investments, part-time work, rental income, or eventually unlocking part of your home's value through schemes designed for exactly this situation. The people who retire comfortably in Singapore aren't necessarily the ones with the most expensive homes. They're the ones who understood early that a paid-off roof over your head solves housing. It doesn't solve income. And they built a second plan alongside it. CPF top-ups, some investing, maybe a side income, so their retirement wasn't resting on one single illiquid asset. So, what's the true value of a fully paid home in retirement? It's not the number on the property valuation report. It's the freedom from one major expense, combined with a set of choices you get to keep for later. Choices most people never activate because they didn't even know they existed. Your home was never meant to be your entire retirement plan. It was meant to be the floor you stand on while you build the rest of it. And once you see it that way, the $600,000 sitting quietly around you stops feeling like a mystery and starts feeling like exactly what it is, a foundation, not a paycheck. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. What's one small money habit you're going to change after watching this video? Share it in the comments. I read everyone, and your idea might help someone else too. If you found this video useful, a quick like and subscribe really helps the channel reach more people who want to make smarter financial decisions. Thanks so much for spending a few minutes with me today. Until next time, keep building wealth one smart decision at a time.